Anywhere you want over here, as long as it's not on the back. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. So good to see everybody here this morning. We've got Mia, who is in the back, setting up our reflexologist. We've got Tanita Odom, who is with One Solutions, and Steve Drove, our shared collaboration team leader, will tell us more about our speakers today. But first, I would like to introduce myself. Sherry Henley. I'm the founder of Business Over Coffee International, and we do have virtual viewers that are viewing today. We'd like to welcome you as well. We also have some guests that we would like to welcome. We have Caroline, and can you pronounce your last name? Sure. Lou, who is a certified personal trainer. So I don't know if you're good on the spot kind of thing, but we may pull you in here today. Okay. To share a few things with us. Okay. Power Life Fitness. So good to have you here today. And then we have Natasha Higgins, who is on her way back in with all of her printing and press materials that she has with SEI Printing and Promotion. So that's exciting. Gina, we'll have you introduce yourself in a bit, and Gina's one of our members. Beverly's one of our members, Professional Boost Program. And I have my daughter, Paris, here today. Oh. Yes, and we will have more people coming in both virtually and physically. So we welcome you. What is Business Over Coffee? What do? We work with professionals who want to optimize their business through what? Three things. Social media, educational exchange, and networking events. So today, you've got all three. This is mostly educational exchange, where we do an industry-specific topic. Today is health and wellness, so it's going to be exciting. We're covering anything from employee morale to reflexology, to maybe some exercise moves in here as well. And we will also be talking about each of your businesses. We are bringing everyone together with four things at Business Over Coffee: more connections, more collaboration, more exposure, and more business. We're so glad you're here, and everyone put your hands together and welcome our Share Team Collaboration leader, Mr. Steve Drove.
Good morning, everybody. Like Sherry said, my name is Steve Drove. I'm with New York Life, and I do life insurance, long-term care, retirement planning, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so if you need some financial help or advice, give me a call. I want to start by saying thank you to our guests for coming as well. We normally do have a better group than this, but vacations and all that kind of good stuff.
Summertime.
So,
July 4th weekend.
Absolutely. And I'm gone next week. But anyway, thank y'all for being here very much. Look forward to having y'all attend and become a bigger, more involved part with us here at Business Over Coffee. We've got an exciting group. This is the fourth Thursday of the month, which is our share meeting. And this is when we put together a collaboration team, people that are in somewhat of the same kind of industry, okay? And sometimes there's overlapping areas of expertise. So we'll put that team together to talk about it, to see where those areas are and the different areas of concentration and whatnot. You have the opportunity to come up and present your business to our membership that is here as well as virtual. And it's all about the exposure and putting your name, your business name out there in front of everyone, okay, and let them know what you do. So the more opportunities that we have to do that, the greater we can grow our business, okay? So with that being said, once again, thank you to our guests today. We hope to see you again very soon. And I'd like to go on and jump right into it. We've got Tanita Odom today of One Solutions. That Tanita is, as I understand, you're getting your PhD now?
Yes, sir.
So we've got a scholar among us.
That's right.
But no, I've had the fortune to get to know Tanita over the last, I don't know, few months, 3 or 4 months, something like that. Tanita is part of our Boost program with VOC. She's, like I say, getting her master's. She has just within the last couple months launched her business, One Solutions.
Right.
And so Tanita is going to talk to us about healthy employees and a happier employee and that kind of thing. And so with that being said, I want to bring Tanita up and thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
If you would pass these around. I know I just said my name, but my name is Tanita Odom. I'm the owner and founder of One Solutions. And basically, it's an HR company, consulting, combined with occupational psychology.
Occupational psychology. Can you break that occupational side down?
Well, basically, it's not clinical,
Okay.
but it's concerned with improving the work environment. It's not clinical, but what we do is we go into the work environment and we assess the needs of the environment. Upper management does not have the time, doesn't have time to deal with employees one-on-one. So a lot of times they'll bring someone in and to assess their employees, face-to-face interviews, to decide what their needs are, if they're educational, if they're behavioral, it just depends. An IL psychologist help organizations function effectively. They administer assessment tests. They enhance the well-being of employees, which improves morale. They're concerned with stress and health, and they improve employee settings. The classified organizational behaviors that are dealt with are broken down into 2 forms. You have your withdrawal behaviors and you have your counterproductive behaviors. Your withdrawal behaviors are, say, absence, lateness, which produces costs to the company. You have turnover. So when you're having those type of problems, those are the type of things that an IL specialist will deal with. In regards to counterproductive behaviors, which is the second class, one is mobbing, which involves harassment. Say employees aren't getting along and they're harassing one another. Mistreatment, and then you have your labor unrest and strikes, which you have one employee sabotaging another. So you want to curb those behaviors to keep them from happening in the work environment, because over the long-term period, in the long term, it'll cost the company money. If you have to fire an employee, it costs more to bring another one in. So you want to rehabilitate your environment before it becomes to that. Let's see. The next one is your occupational methods that we use. Work motivation theories. A few examples are your expectancy theory, which attempts to explain how rewards lead to behavior by focusing on internal cognitive states that lead to motivation. Yes, ma'am. Or you're late, so it's cool. The next one is need hierarchy theory, which states that fulfillment of human needs is necessary for both physical and psychological health. Now, these are theories that come from knowledge-based research. And once you go in and you assess, you pretty much integrate the theory as a behavior model to try to change and adapt that behavior. The types of stress that occur, you have acute stress, which is a common form of stress. As you all know, we all need some type of stress to perform. It's not necessarily a bad thing because you have your fight or flight reflex. We all need some type of stress to perform. But it's the bad stresses that occur over a long time. Say, for instance, your episodic acute stress, which I don't know if Mia, being a reflexologist, I know you understand the impact that stress can have on the body long term. And then you have chronic stress, which is like the grinding day to day, the stress that breaks your body down internally. And again, as an IELTS specialist, we often partner with people, say Mia, fitness trainers, to try to come in and curb those behaviors and try to get those stress levels down. for employees. How does employee assistance or employee development plan save companies money? Well, one, again, every time you need to replace an employee, it costs you money in severance pay for the employee as well as the cost of hiring and training of a new employee. Two, you have employee morale, which affects business profitability in the long term. Three, job satisfaction relates to organizational reputation internally. Then 75% of all illnesses are thought to be stress related. And a company, I don't know if you all heard of them, which I researched it. McDonnell Douglas, you save $5.1 million according to a 4-year study, which is a return of $4 to every dollar you spend on an employee. So basically, that's what IL specialists combined with human resource management. That's what we do in companies. If you ever run a business where you have 20 employees or more, One Solutions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Tanita,
Yes, ma'am.
before you sit down, I'm sorry, Steve. There may be some questions. I know I have some questions, and you worked very hard on this presentation, and I wanted to make sure that all the questions are answered. So, how do you launch your program?
Well, basically, going into a company, if a company is having an issue or a problem, you go into the company and you assess whatever the situation is by interviewing each employee one-on-one, face-to-face interviews. If they need, say, you can administer psychological tests, like say 5 personality traits, dimensions, based on.
Sure. And you probably wouldn't call it a psychological test?
Well, no, in IO psychology, you have the 5 dimensions. It's not clinical. It's based on your knowledge, skills, abilities, and other skills, your job tasks.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Oh, interesting. I find that very interesting, Gina.
So, do most employers realize that they have a problem and that this might be a need for them?
well, being that the average American, the workforce is extended. It's people are working longer. So those health issues that stem from stress, from problems in the work environment, it's you hear it more than you did maybe 10 years ago.
So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do you have to educate a lot before you get in the door?
Yes.
Am I asking,
yes.
am I asking the question the right way?
It's a difficult industry to break into. Tanita and I have had this conversation.
I mean, it takes the education.
Right. So you do, yeah. So part of what you do is educating the employer.
You go into the environment and educate. Exactly.
Right.
You educate them all on the different.
So that would be your first step, is getting your foot in the door. Because with the Professional Boost program, what we do is we work on getting you those collaboration efforts where you can work with various businesses.
Right.
To get your business off the ground, because you've got the education, you've got the idea. I believe you have a great business. So, yes, absolutely. Very much needed. I mean, how many have ever been in a workplace where the morale was low?
Oh,
I know I have. So, any input from anyone? Input, questions for Tanita?
Once you get in, you put the door to help a company, how long do you usually have that relationship with them where you're kind of going through this rehabilitation process?
Well, basically, it could be from 6 months to a year. It actually depends on the employer.
Right.
Basically contracted out.
Okay.
You're teaching the environment what the employer needs from you to meet their objectives.
Okay.
And then hopefully the employer will put management in place to do that. 6 months or so.
So you do workshops with the employees, or
Yeah,
is that something that's difficult to schedule at times, or trying to continue to do, or is there willing to?
It's not difficult. I think the difficult part is getting everyone on the same page. But you have to care. And if you approach it with empathy, and caring. normally people, they understand, they respond.
So as far as the contact or the target person that you're looking for in these companies, is it an HR person? Or?
Well, I would probably work with HR. Again, upper management normally don't have the time to actually pinpoint what is going on with their employees. So they
I would say the average top exec doesn't realize they have a problem.
That's what I was trying to say.
It's not
That's what I was
necessarily a
trying to say.
problem, but it's behavior. You know, I mean, just from working over the years and dealing with people and then my experience and my education. I mean, I've worked with the good boss. I've worked with bad boss. I've been a good employee. I've been a bad employee. I mean, just from a balance of both sides. Behavior is behavior, and it's not 100% guaranteed. But once you assess it and you see what's taking place, upper management is more concerned with numbers, you know, and the function, the operation of the business in regards to numbers. So they don't have the time to assist each employee. So large companies are contracting that out because they need assistance. I wouldn't say help, but assistance.
Right, and you can base a lot of your employee morale based on what you said, on tardiness and on absenteeism. So I guess if a place is dropping off, not able to keep staff, they're constantly having to rehire.
I was just fixing to say, that would be a good lead-in question, is saying, you know, do you find you have a high employee turnover? Because, I mean, one of the things I say in my industry, it's cheaper to keep someone than it is to look for that new prospect, look for the new employee.
From the human resource side, you know, the legal ramifications. From the human resource side, we pretty much know the legal situations that you can do and the legal situations that you can't. Upper managers doesn't always know that when dealing with employees and it's not necessarily a personal level, but behavior. When dealing with behavior, you have to approach it in a certain way. So, say for instance, if an employee is having health issues and he's been in the work environment for 5-10 years, you can't just treat that employee in a negative way. You have to take the time to try to it's best, I'm not going to say you have to, but it's best to take the time to rehabilitate that employee, to keep yourself out of any type of legal ramification.
Well, you should invest the time at least to see if they're
We
have to try first.
Right, exactly. Okay.
I have a question. How does what you do compare or fit with employee assistance programs? I know I've been in situations, and one of the options was to refer the person or persons to employee assistance programs.
Well, employee assistance and employee development. I think development is more on the career side. I don't really see a difference. I don't really understand your question.
I don't know, that's why I'm asking, is what you do similar to employee assistance programs?
Basically.
Can you contract and get your services involved with those that do, because most companies, they do contract out, but they contract out to employee assistance programs. Can you be part of that?
Yes.
Well, isn't there a woman that comes here that talks about how to get involved in that stuff?
Employee development and employee assistance are the same thing. They're just terms different.
Okay, is there an example of maybe someone who's absent a lot and late a lot? How would you assist that? Or is there an example of how you fix that?
Well, absenteeism is related to job satisfaction. So, face-to-face interview with the person. Figure out how they feel about where they're going within the company. Most of the time, if an employee feels like he or she is growing in some kind of way or improving in some kind of way, they're satisfied with the job, which the tardiness and the absence decline. So, it was the all assessing that employee to see what he or she
It all comes back to being satisfied with what you're doing, you know. If you're not, yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nita, thank you so much for taking time to put together this. You can actually flip through it if you would like, because we are going to take a short break. I would like for everyone to grab some coffee over here. Anyone want coffee? Yes. Okay, go ahead and you've got your coffee. Okay, so everybody's good. Then what we're going to do before we go to Mia, which is going to be very exciting, reflexology, and she's going to do some actual examples. Is that true? Okay, what we're going to do is I would like each person here to take a moment to introduce yourself and your business. We normally, based on the crowd, are not able to do this at Share, so I love it because that's the name of this event, is Share. So let's take a moment to do that, and we're going to start with Natasha. I introduced you while you were out, so why don't you come on up here, show us what you've got. You brought some things in, and share with us.
Hi everybody, I'm Natasha Jacobson. I'm a graphic designer and a sales rep for SCI Clinic Promotions. Stationed out in Germantown, but I go where I need to go. So we do custom design work, and then of course printing. We do brochures, flyers, pretty much anything you can print. We do also promotional items. We do T-shirts, name tags, we do pictures. No, you're fine. Not used to it. We do hats, koozies, fans, flashlights, anything you can put your name on. I'm just not, got just a couple of printed samples, so it's nothing exciting, but business cards I've done, got a little bit of information stuff, banners, stuff, if you want some of that. We also do direct mail marketing, and that's really interesting because you can target certain markets very specifically, like if you want to target a certain mile radius, or if there's kids in the home, people at pools, income levels, net worth, anything like that. We can target specific people wherever you want, and of course we have different sizes. So here's some examples of the direct mail marketing. Yeah.
How does that work? Do you find is it like postage paid?
Right. We do. I have.
Because I live near a very affluent neighborhood, and I would love to put my flyers in their mailboxes.
Yeah.
However, it's a no soliciting neighborhood. Because I put my flyers in my mailboxes in my neighborhood, and
Right.
down the street. But there's one neighborhood where I'd love to target, but it's against the rules to do the flyers in mailboxes.
Right. Well, we can take care of that. There's a couple different ways, like I said, we can target your market, and then that's the mailing list. And it's typically about 4 cents a name. And once you purchase that mailing list, the mailing list is yours forever. You can do whatever you want with it. You can put phone numbers if you want. And then you can buy things separately. Like if you just want the mailing list for us, we can do that. But we can also print it for you. We can do all the postage and the handling. We hold it. We will store it. You don't even have to touch it or see it unless you want to. And we'll ship it out. We can do it bi-monthly. Like you want to send out so many at the beginning of the month and so many at the next beginning of the month, so you're not overwhelmed. We can do that as well. So I've got some prices if you guys want, and there's different sizes, and it breaks it down. So like I said, if you just want to do the flyers, if you just want to do the mailing list, you can pick your color.
Yes, can you pass some of those
Sure,
around? That'd be great. We also, behind you, if you step over here to the side, we did pull your website up for you. So if there's anything you would like to show, I'll turn the lights down a bit.
Yeah, this is just kind of a generic standard website, just to show you. We have over 600,000 products. So if you want to just, it's just I don't know if you can see, this is a search box. You can type in anything, and then it'll pop up everything related, like the koozies or fitness, and then tons of promotion items. And you can put your logo, all your information on there. So, and then if you need design work, custom design work, any alterations, the logo or anything, I can do that, and then place it on the item that you want. There's tons of different mugs on there, just everything. So that's good to kind of look around and get ideas, see what you want, and then you work with me personally to get what you want, and I deliver everything. So everything is with me. You don't have to go do something else.
So something like this, what would the cost be?
And that's the thing. Everything's custom. It depends how many you want.
You say 100. I know the lower you go,
the higher you go.
Yes.
Right. So there are some minimums with certain items. And sometimes there's no minimums at all. Just depending on what you're dealing with.
So let's say we're ordering 1,000 business cards. What would that be?
1,000 business cards is $99, and that's full color back and front. And that's if you want it glossy or not glossy. It's all $99.
Okay. Well, outstanding. So you have plenty of business cards and everything to hand out to everyone?
But,
good deal.
yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. But we do everything. Carbon list forms. The list goes on. So if you have a question about anything, no?
Absolutely. I would like one of your cards as well. Thank you, Natasha. Am I saying your name right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Any questions for Natasha?
You don't know.
Okay. All right, we are, we're going to go now to our next guest, who is Caroline, who is an exercise fitness certified, you can tell them what you're certified fitness trainer, was that correct?
Certified personal trainer, fitness trainer.
Okay. Can you get us loosened up a little? Can you have everybody stand and do
Sure.
some stuff?
Sure,
That'd
why
be
not?
great.
Okay.
Oh, we'd love it. All right. All right, I'll turn the lights back up for a bit. Do you have a website we can pull up though?
We do. We actually, I have a Facebook page that for my own personal, and you can all like it if you want. It's just Caroline Flug Fitness, and I kind of to play on words, and I spelled fitness like my last name, Pfitness. And I post things once in a while. I put pictures of our 5Ks. We do 5Ks as a company we encourage our members to come along and do it. You know, a lot of the members are there for weight loss specifically.
Oh, that's great.
So,
I want to
yeah.
talk more about that.
Yeah, definitely. And they we encourage them to walk or walk on or whatever they need to do. And all the 5Ks, all the money goes towards the charity. So we did like the St. Jude, we did youth villages,
Yes.
et cetera, et cetera. We do one per month for about 8 months out of the year. So
Oh, that's
that's
wonderful.
kind of all I have on my Facebook page. But you can also check out Power Life Fitness. I'm a contractor, so I train at Power Life Fitness, and I just do my personal training there at the facility.
And that is, which one do you work?
It's on Poplar. It's 2858 Poplar Ave. That's the only location they have right now. It's been open about 4 or 5 years, and I just started there in March. I'm actually new to Memphis. I moved here from Hawaii.
Welcome, Caroline.
Thank you.
Do you mind moving to this side
Sure.
so the virtuals can actually do the moves as
Sure,
well?
sure, absolutely.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna pull this up so when we get finished with our moves, you can go through this.
Okay, all right. I feel like everyone should kind of warm up a little bit first. I don't know if you guys want to do some jumping jacks or no jumping. Okay. Well, how about okay. Well, how about let's do some arm circles for we'll get the upper body. You guys need to spread out. That's gonna be a good idea. We'll just do this and
Am I doing it breathing?
cool.
Like we're swimming?
Yes. Correct.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
let's open up our chest,
Oh,
our shoulder girdle.
that sounds good. How many of those are we supposed to do a day?
This is just kind of a warm up. And you can
Okay.
do, you can do it for a minute or so if you want. We can reverse it. So just move the arms going backwards. So one and the other. Kind of get warm. It's very important to warm up before you do any sort of exercise. So,
Okay. Now, with running, do you warm up before you run or stretch before you run or stretch after?
no, I recommend to stretch after just because your body's already warm. You never want to stretch a cold body because it's like an elastic band and you just pull in, and you break, kind of warm it up first. All right, good with those. Let's do some more. Actually, that's what I'm going to do next. So cross over and open up, cross over and open up. Just kind of loosening up in the upper body. Basically, the facility is you can just get a general membership, and then they do focus on the personal training. Probably 75% of the members there are interested in weight loss and personal training. You do not have to get personal training, but a lot of the members there do because it is very fitness and health focused facility. So
Do you go to people? Do you hire out
Um,
independently?
I do not currently, but it's something I'm definitely interested in possibly doing because I feel like that would open up my the doors for me. I would have to talk to my boss about they have a no compete situation, but that's something I need to definitely talk to them about because I want to be able to expand my business myself. And currently I don't have any clients from just their facility, so that's why I need to kind of think about myself and what
Absolutely.
So all right, well let's do some squats. Okay.
Okay.
So
Tell me first how to spell your last name.
it's T as in Paul, F as in Frank, L-U-G as in Greg. And then and then if you do fitness, oh my gosh,
Is that Caroline with and then D Dragani?
oh yeah, that's my maiden name. So that's my more personal or
Okay.
just general page. But if you put a space and spell fitness, PFITNESS, PF. So I did a play on words. Yeah.
There you go.
My last name is PF and pronounced with an F. So
Ah,
there it is.
okay.
Yeah. So I haven't posted too much yet. It's basically pictures of 5Ks, and sometimes I post some general health and wellness articles that I enjoy myself.
Do you do boot camps?
I teach class 5:30 in the morning at Power Life,
Okay.
but I actually also am interested in doing boot camps offsite at companies.
Right.
And that's something that's through Power Life, so I have to kind of go by their pay structure and how.
Okay.
And I asked if I go out on my own and charge myself,
Right.
and the answer was currently no.
You're certified though, right?
I am certified,
Okay.
so I could go out on my own and represent myself as myself and
Well,
not
I
a
was
Power
gonna
Life
say, you're
fitness trainer.
Contracted to them, you're a contractor
Right.
out. Did you sign something?
They actually didn't have me sign a no-compete clause. It was actually something that I was told. So it's something that I need to talk to them about, but I'm definitely interested. I'm definitely,
They put you on contract or they need to
Right.
let you do what you need
yeah,
to do.
which is something, it's been about 3 months and I need to grow my own business. So I'm definitely interested in going out to companies and teaching the boot camp. But if it is through Power Life Fitness, then at the company, it's $10 per head for the boot camp class. It's about an hour, and it's all body weight calisthenics, plyometrics. So yeah, and I'm really interested in doing that. As soon as I started there, I was interested in doing that, and I kind of approached a couple of companies and didn't really get any response. But I think it was the pricing. I wanted to go to schools and do it for $3 a head, and they would let me do basically. They need to make something and then pay me. Where I say, now I just go and charge $3 a head, and you guys don't have to pay me. I'll just keep the money for myself, and that's advertising for the gym, and it's experience for me. Churches. So that's a good idea.
Did you say squats?
Yes, we're gonna do some squats. Okay. So feet should be about shoulder width apart, and the best thing to remember when you're doing a squat is that you're not going straight down. You don't want your knees coming forward, and that's the shearing force on your knee joint. You want to stick that booty out. So when you squat down, the motion's more like a swing, and then you go down and kind of back. You're not going straight down. So it looks like this, and I can show you from this side. You're gonna go squat down and back. It's like you're sitting in a chair or squatting over a toilet in a public restroom. So you don't want to sit on. So you squat back, and everything's good about a 2 count. So it's 2 count. 1, 2, up, 2. 1, 2, up, 2. And also, when you squat down, just keep looking straight forward so that chest is up. You never want to do this. Just keep that chest up.
Are the 5Ks included with the membership or is that separate?
You just pay for the registration. So, and I'm not sure if they get. Usually, it's $20 or $25 registration for the 5K, and that just goes to the charity. So it has nothing to do with the gym getting it.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Another movement that we can all try is a plank. And that is for your abdominals, and actually has been scientifically proven to be better for the abdominals than crunches and all those other types of common abdominal moves. So what you can do is, I can just demonstrate. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to, since we're kind of here on the carpet, but I will show you so that you know. You come down basically on your forearms, and what you want to do is you want your back to be straight. You don't want to be up like this. You don't want to be sagging down. And to get your back to be straight, you're engaging your core the whole time. Right here, it's all contracting. And so a good way to do that is to squeeze your butt cheeks together. And that kind of helps your pelvis do the tilt that it needs to do so that you're contracting your abdominals. And I apologize if I'm speaking in terms that you guys kind of like want pelvis, whatever. And basically, you just hold here for as long as you can. You want to start with 10 seconds. That's great. 15. And then you can kind of work up from there. So the plank is an amazing, and when you get good at it and your abdominals get stronger, you can do all sorts of variations. So you can do a plank, then you can do lifting your legs, you can lift your arms.
Wow.
You can do, another movement is to do plank up on push-up position, and that's actually more advanced, and you're working your shoulders. So this is actually a really great one, and you can do all sorts of variations with this. With your knee, which is contracting your abdominals even more. You can do this, this, you can do this. So you can do 5 planks. You can do your obliques, which are your abdominal muscles that come to the side. So all different fun things. And body weight is an amazing way to get a good workout. So if you're in the gym and you want to take a spot and do body weight, you don't want to use free weights or machines, it's amazing exercise. As you can see, I'm already kind of getting my heart rate up.
Yeah,
So.
and you're in great condition.
And I'm great condition. And I'm talking and I'm,
That's great. So if we go out of town on vacation, where a lot of people are right now,
absolutely.
then we don't have to have our weights with us or our membership or anything like that.
Right.
We can do it on our own.
Yeah, no excuses. And I type things out for my clients all the time to do things in their hotel room. You can do tricep dips on your hotel, on your bed. You can do push-ups. You can do jumping jacks. You can do squats, lunges, planks. All sorts. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Caroline, make sure everybody gets your cards.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Okay.
very much.
Welcome. And right now they're actually they're offering a training only option. Some people say I don't want to join the gym, but I want to do personal training. Sure. So they reinstituted this, which they had done before. And I'll give everybody a few flyers so you can give one to a friend if someone's interested. So basically, you would pay for the personal training sessions, and there is a $15 fee per month for use of the gym that they're also charging.
And what are the personal training sessions? What's the fee for that?
Personal training is $50 per session for the hour, but then you purchase it in packages and you get free sessions. So you do a 5-pack, you get 1 free. You do a 10-pack, you get 3 free. You do a 20-pack, you get 5 free. And my clients are buying a package and then finishing up their package and are most likely going to buy another package. I always give them a couple more free. It's just, so it's good to up the value for them.
Yes.
And they're, a client that's really invested in their health and wanting to do more, so.
Well, thank you so much. We do have Mia Earl, who will be coming up in just a moment. And Beverly, if you don't mind getting Mia's website pulled up, that'd be great. Probably on her business card. Grab one. And I wanted to go over, I have some of these. If you did not receive one and you would like to have one, they're up here. I just wanted to go over business over coffee and exactly what we do. I briefly went over it in the beginning. We work with professionals who want to optimize 3 things. We're very high on social media, educational exchange. This is share. We also have a Weed Your Own Web where you come in, bring your laptops, and we teach from the ground up, whether it's Pinterest. Pinterest. Yes, Gina just did one, and Gina, it was great. I went home and did mine.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
thinking
Gina
you're
did hers,
looking
yes. And so, anyway, all of our events are virtual. And so not only do you get the crowd here, especially if you're a speaker, you also get the virtual crowd. So I'm going to break down the events for you. If you open this up and you go down to the bottom, you'll see the very first week. And by the way, for our virtual viewers and also for those of you that are here, next week and the following week, which as you see is new member orientation, and then usually after that, it's not on here, we just started it, we'll do a Dutch lunch over at Sharky's, and that's a really good one. And then the following week is Weed Your Own Web, and that's where we come together and we have a topic based off of the computer, whether it's how to create your own video or how to complete LinkedIn. Make it 100%. LinkedIn's always trying to get you to do that. Just whatever the question is at that time. And we do take questions and ideas for these Weed Your Own Web sessions. In fact, that's how Business Over Coffee started. And it was called Business Over Coffee. It was just a little event we held at Dunkin' Donuts on how to build a Facebook business page. And it turned into what we now have 970 members online on our online community. So we encourage you to join our community. It's free to join the community, and then we have membership packages. So real quick, let me rewind. New member orientation next Thursday. Dutch lunch next Thursday. And the following week, leave your own web. We are in the summer time, right? We are taking summer break. 2 weeks off. Everybody say 2 weeks off.
2 weeks off.
2 weeks off. So if you come here, we will not be here.
And the
Okay?
first and second week of next month, nothing.
That's right. Click and Connect is our next event. That is the event you do not want to miss. If you're going to miss an event, you don't want to miss that one. That's where you're going to get your connections. You're also going to get a lot of collaboration efforts. This past one, we had several movers and shakers in. Marie Pisano, who is an entertainment and movie executive producer. We had Kelly Price in. We had Sandy Kedmakar in, who spoke. And we had a lot of exciting things going on. So not only do you get the speakers, but you also get the networking side of it, where we break into groups, we talk about specific things about how to better collaborate, how to better get connections, and all of this type of thing. It's a great, great event. So you definitely want to mark that down on your calendar. Third Thursday of each month, 9 to 11. All of our events are 9 to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, for those of you who are watching that are not local to our area. And then we have today, which is the fourth Thursday, Share. And Share is industry specific. So at Share, we have covered travel and events. We have covered now health and wellness, not quite, but almost. We have covered digital magazines, media, social media. We've covered, there's one I'm missing, I know. Last month. Fashion. Oh, it was great. Fashion was wonderful. Beverly spoke. In fact, you'll show your jewelry in a little while. Okay? All right. So next month, I'm not real sure. I need to pick my brain a little bit more and some other people to figure out what our topic will be next month. But we do that because we are inclusive. We are not exclusive. Okay? So when you come in, there may be another fitness trainer, there may be another reflexologist, there may be another jewelry maker. So we really stress collaboration, and we do it from the top down because we are in collaboration with Talk Shop, with networking in Memphis, with, I mean, the list just goes on. You can go online and see all the collaborative efforts that we have. And now, let's go to what our memberships are. We have our free online membership, which means that when you do come to the event after your first visit, then it's $10 per event if you come to the event. It's free to go online, set up your profile, all of that. And then professional membership is our most popular. It's $100 for the full year, and that's free events throughout the month. And it's also, you need to contact the office for this, but it includes your radio interview. We have a radio show that comes on Wednesdays. It will not be on the next 2 weeks of summer vacation. You also, and you get a link for that to share, and you also receive a VOC TV sit down that, Beverly, we need to get with Mia and get her on the schedule, probably sometime in July for VOC TV. Thank you. Okay, well, that's one thing I want to stress, and Mia did come to us, and the thing is, I need all the members to come to us, because we cannot chase after everybody and get everybody's schedule. So if you have not had your radio, if you have not had your VOC TV and you're a professional member, please contact us for a date, and I'm just hoping that Mia's not shooting darts at me right now. That's an inside joke. Okay. Okay. Corporate membership is anyone that you know that has 4 or more, and they would like to have a corporate membership. It's only $325 for the entire year. If they have 100 employees, staff members, any one of those employees can come at any time. So that's just a quick overview for you. Yes, ma'am.
Is the annual, does it start like the month, or does it like renew itself in January?
No, it starts from here. It's a 12-month annual. Yes.
Okay, and then do all the meetings they have in this room?
No, in fact, we can do a tour if you'd like. Most of them happen here in the office, all 4 of them. At this point, unless we outgrow. This is the largest room, but at this point, I don't see us. This is where our office is, okay? So our meetings are in this room. They're also in another conference room. So we go between the two conference rooms, but they are on this floor. Does that answer your question? Okay. We do offer a tour of this facility. You get 10% off here as a BOC professional member, and lots of discounts that you can get through.
Access room, $25.
$25 for an hour. You can rent this room at 10% off. You get it for $22.50. If you wanted to rent it for a workshop, something like that, then you get that discount, which is really nice. Any other questions? Okay, let's move right along. I'm very excited. I have personally experienced Mia's. She is a very educated person. Has her doctorate, I believe, in what she does, and was on the radio yesterday. And I encourage you all to go and check that out on businessovercoffee.biz. You'll find you'll actually find today's Ustream. You will also find the VOC TV, and you will also find the radio show. But yesterday's was very educational. I really enjoyed our show. So let's welcome Mia Earl from Abundant Life Wellness Solutions.
Thank you, Cher. I'm glad to have an opportunity to speak again and share what I do. Just a little bit about myself, real briefly. My background is health and wellness. I've been doing health and wellness for about 20 years now. Incorporated reflexology within the last 5 years, and right now that's my passion, and I am loving it. After working for others, corporate America for about 20 years, branched off to do my own business in the last 2 years. So very, very excited about that. I do have a doctorate, PhD. It's in natural health, in which I did my dissertation in looking at reflexology and how to incorporate reflexology into our traditional medical system. People wanted to know what was the MPH and the CHES. MPH is Master of Public Health and certified as a health education specialist. So I've done a lot with employee health and doing program implementation and planning. So enough of that. My passion for health and wellness does come from having family members, particularly that have dealt with preventable health issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, kidney failure, just a whole list of health issues. And I know if we better take care of ourselves, we can prolong our life. So reflexology, I actually branched into reflexology after receiving a reflexology session. I was out at a girls' night event, and as most of us, I love a good foot rub. So I asked to get a foot rub, and I did. It was the best foot rub that I've had, or one of the best. But what I actually was receiving was reflexology, and at that time, I had not heard of reflexology. So in my venture planning wellness programs, I invited this person to come speak at a function that I was doing. And after hearing and then researching reflexology and experiencing it was just so amazing. Reflexology actually helped me with my sinus drainage. I was that person that would be sick at least twice a year, respiratory infection, bronchitis. And when I switched from traditional medical, to doing some herbs, and then I added some other things such as reflexology, I can truly say I have not gone to the doctor. Oh, it's been some years dealing with the drainage of my sinuses and having bronchitis and respiratory infections. So what is reflexology? Reflexology deals with that there are reflex areas in our feet and also in our hands that actually correspond to the different organs and glands of our body. And I'm going to have a small copy of the feet for you all. But if we were to look at our bodies and cut our bodies in half, just think about cutting your body in half, and where those organs and glands are situated in your body, they are similarly located in your hands and your feet, and we call them reflex areas. So if you look at, for example, your foot, the tips of your toes, that's where you would start with your great toe, then your head, and you would find your brain, your pituitary, and then the other toes, parts of your sinus areas. So that's great for individuals that are dealing with sinus problems, headaches, congestions, migraines. If you look when you, the inside of your foot, that will be your spine. If you cut your body in half, that's your spine. If you're having back problems, a lot of issues can be related to spinal issues because we have the nerves that run off of our spine to all the other different parts of our body. And that's what reflexology is doing, is stimulating those nerve endings. In our feet is the largest surface area, so a lot of times I focus on the feet. And we have over 7,200 nerve endings in each of our feet. So you can see how powerful the feet are. And I tell people, just think about it. If your feet are aching, literally your whole body aches. I know for me, just think if you're worn some tight shoes or some high heels for an extended period of time, you're starting to have some back pains, and your body is very uncomfortable. So our feet are very important. Our feet are confined in shoes, and our feet has to carry our body weight. So I think our feet are very, very important. And you can see there's some other areas in specifics I added. Your lower back, that's real common. Some of the more relevant issues that I deal with, of course, headaches, migraines, stress is a big one. I work with individuals, and I also work with corporate clients, and that's where I actually go into companies and provide it as a service for that company. Employees are stressed, and a lot of times it's a benefit to them to be able to take advantage of services at work on site, because when they get off work, they got to take care of family, and they got other activities that they deal with. So they don't always take the time to make an appointment to go see somebody. So that's why reflexology has gone very well at the work place. Let's see here. Gonna pass around the sheet. The sheet that I'm passing out is just a basic sheet, and I give this one out because it's the fun way. There are several different reflexology charts out there. I basically use the Ingram method. That's what I've been trained in. It's one of the oldest methods that's out there. But if you see here, if you look at it, it shows you where your sinuses are, where the brain is for headaches, neck pain, the neck of that great toe. You see where the shoulder area is. I can normally tell people that are generally sitting at the desk a lot because they have a lot of neck and shoulder pain. You see where the kidneys, the spleen is, the colon, your ascending and descending colon. Those that have digestive problems, we attempt to stimulate those areas, your bladder, your kidneys. You see where the heart is. So there are reflex areas in our feet, also in our hands, that literally correspond to the parts of our body. And people can actually feel. Sometimes I can be working on somebody just last week, and somebody said, are you doing something to my head? Because they felt the tingling in their head. Reflexology does not diagnose, treat, or prescribe for anything. What we're doing is we're stimulating those nerve endings. We want the body to balance itself out. The body is capable of healing itself if we give the body what it needs. So that's our goal. The benefit of that is the body does heal itself and is able to release that stress, that tension, and that pain. Reflexology is going to improve the nerve supply and improve the blood supply. So with that, it's balancing the body out and helping with many, many different health issues. As we look at the hands, and especially going into corporate to work sites, people are typing a lot, dealing with repetitive strain injuries, carpal tunnel. Reflexology has been awesome for that. I have one site that I go to. It's a distribution site, so they're picking and they're packing and they're using their hands a lot. They're standing on their feet, and they have really seen great results with their employees with reflexology. Of course, the bottom line for employees is to reduce their medical costs. So that has been a great benefit for them as well. Before I go on, any questions?
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
So how long are your sessions usually?
Basic sessions are 30 minutes and 60 minutes. Occasionally, I get somebody that wants 90 minutes, but I will not work more than 90 minutes. Also, it's based on the condition of the individual. I do have elderly clients. I will not work on them for 90 minutes. That's too much overload to their body. So I also base it on the individual as well.
So my other question was, talk about some diseases. What about more chronic diseases like Crohn's disease?
I have not specifically worked with Crohn's disease. I've worked with fibromyalgia, individuals that have had strokes. So it's just gonna depend from person to person on what that impact of reflexology will be to that person.
Crohn's affects the small, large, all the way, all the systems from mouth to. So when you're working on those systems, it just encourages the body to
balance itself out and to heal
Right.
itself. Yeah. So regardless of what the health issue is, the concept is still the same. But what I was saying is I can't specifically say that I have helped somebody with Crohn's disease, but what I do is when somebody presents something to me, I do my research to see what else people have done out there, how
he doesn't live
successful it
here,
has
he
been.
doesn't live here,
So, yeah.
but still, when you're talking about this stuff, it, spark of, right mind,
Right.
with that.
So you find out what's bothering them, and then you target the certain areas of the foot that would correspond, and then it's like a feet massage. Is that what all
It's different from a massage. Massage more or less is dealing with your muscle.
Right.
Reflexology is working internally. It's dealing with your specific organs in your glands. So it's a little different from massage. It's more of intentional pressure, stimulating those nerve endings. Yes.
So basically, you know where the nerve endings are located.
Not specifically the nerve endings because they're running crazy. They're all
Right.
over the place. But I know where the reflex areas are.
So in the feet, though, in your foot, the nerve endings in your foot actually correspond to the other organs in your body.
The reflex areas.
Okay.
What you see on that chart that you have are called reflex areas.
Okay.
Nerves are everywhere. They're
Right.
running all through our body.
Right.
You think about 7,200 nerves, that's everywhere.
Okay.
But what we call them are reflex areas. So for example, where's your heart in your body? Where's your heart?
Okay.
It's on the left side of your body. So your heart is going to be represented as a reflex area in your left foot. And I can pretty much pinpoint, and they're closer together because we're talking about your foot, but I can pretty much pinpoint where your heart reflex is on your foot.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
If you're dealing with a certain issue, for example, I have been getting headaches for the past 4 years, and I think it's coming from a muscular thing because I will feel it, and I find the pressure points. By the time I get the headache, which comes up here, there's nothing. I can't find anything to release it. So if you're dealing with someone with an issue like that, it's something that you would need. Like if I did reflexology and got results from it, would I need to do reflexology the rest of my life? Or is something that you can treat in a certain period of time with sessions, then repair itself for good, or will come back and stop?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Usually if you're having headaches, something is going on in your body. Something's out of balance. So most likely you need to also find out what's causing you to have these headaches,
Right.
And deal with that. But some people with headaches, migraines, they get immediate relief. So once you've gotten that relief, it's going to depend on your lifestyle and what's causing
Right.
that headache, or if you're having some health issues that's causing the headache. So it's kind of twofold. And it's just like exercise. You know, you can go out there and exercise one time, you're gonna feel great. But in order to keep it going, you gotta do something to maintain.
Right.
I usually recommend just maintain preventative maintenance just to help keep your body about at least a session once a month. If there's something specific that we're working on, then I start out with at least once a week. And it depends on that person, their situation, it may be twice a week, but at least once a week. So my clients are either once a week to up to once a month.
Is there a typical time frame? How long does it take before they see results?
It varies. It just depends because all of our bodies are unique. They're different. Like I said, some people immediately feel some results, and some people it takes some time because you got to think about what's going on with them. And it's just like we want immediate results. You know, we've been dealing with weight issues for 20 years, and we want to be okay in 20 minutes. And sometimes it doesn't always work that way. So it just depends on what the person is dealing with. One of the biggest impacts or benefits of reflexology is the relaxation part of it. If you don't get anything else from reflexology, I can pretty much guarantee you that your body is going to be relaxed. Most people say when they get reflexology, even though I'm working the hands and our feet, they feel like they've had a whole body massage because it does relax the body. Many people get up and apologize to me for falling asleep. I would want you to fall asleep. That's a compliment to me because your body, you've allowed your body to relax. And sometimes we miss out on how precious it is just for us to relax for a few minutes. So it varies from person to person on what their experience would be like.
That's huge, because stress is the precursor to probably
Yes.
every disease.
Yes.
So if they're relaxed in the short term, then in the long term, it may give them benefits they aren't even aware of right away. So that's
In the testimonials yesterday on the radio show, we read some of them, and there was one lady talking about, which some of us in this room have to deal with the menopausal stage, but talking about hot flashes and not sleeping at night and how it corrected that. And there's just a lot of testimonials here, and you were talking about one situation with, say, the
Fibromyalgia.
yes, and how that it helped that person tremendously. So I found that very, very interesting. That it goes beyond relaxation. You've been able to help people with their physiology.
Yes, absolutely. One client that she's referring to, the fibromyalgia, her quote was that reflexology, and she's tried many things over her years. Reflexologist was one of the things that she really saw great benefit from. Definitely dealing with the pain, the ease of pain, and being able to relax for some time. Have another client actually was a cancer patient, and she brings things to me that I wasn't specifically part of. And one of them was mental clarity, because she was having problems focusing and reading. And she's like, I don't know, but the only thing I've done different is reflexology. And so sometimes they see things changing within their body that we're not necessarily part of. So reflexology is definitely amazing.
I'm gonna try it.
do any insurance companies that have reflexology coverage? I know nowadays it's chiropractor. I think my insurance even does acupuncture.
Reflexology is considered a complementary therapy or complementary medicine, and it's one of those things that slowly getting out there.
The acupuncture wasn't covered probably a few years back.
Right. So, and the thing about it, they don't know to include it until we start asking for it. So I always encourage people, ask your insurance, because the more people that ask for it, they know that there's an interest out there, and it increases the likelihood of it being covered. Blue Cross Blue Shield does have it under their complimentary services where you get 20% discount, and there's some others out there, Aetna, a couple of others. Um, but it has to be usually medically necessary, and I'll be more than willing to work with your physician as well to see what we can do. But I do work with people on a case-by-case basis because personally, for me, it's also a ministry. Yes, it's my bread and butter, but it's also a ministry as well. So I do try to work with people on a case-by-case basis, at least giving them opportunity to experience knowledge.
And you did mention Humana and Aetna have some type of provision.
Yes, Humana, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and
Cigna?
maybe others. No, Cigna's one that I've been working on.
I'll get on the phone. So he said Humana?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Humana is on there, Aetna, and I know Blue Cross Blue Shield is definitely. And there's
I have Humana.
Which is a 20, didn't you say a
20%
20% discount? And the prices are reflected up here. If you'd like to go over any of that, I do have it pulled up for you.
Basic feet reflexology, 30 minutes is 35. An hour is 65, and usually that's combined with hand and feet, but I do have people that strictly want feet. One that I really encourage for your first session, I call Savor the Senses, because you get a feel of doing a foot soak, foot bath, using the hot rocks, and that's to help with circulation, of course, and also relaxation. And then if you're just doing individual sessions, you can always add in your what I call hot rocking reflexology and your rock and roll foot bath as well. Also do a foot detox. And again, that's just to help again your body to balance yourself out and help to remove some of those toxins within our body. I also do a barefoot and beautiful party. That's a way for you to get friends and family together in a more relaxed environment of your choice. People serve cheese and I call spirits or whatever they want to have. And I talk about reflexology. It's just a conversation, a dialogue on reflexology, and they actually get a chance to experience reflexology as well.
You also go to corporate facilities.
Yes, I still go to corporate.
I wanted to ask about what would you consider the strategic partner? Because I know like my chiropractor is pretty open about other things, and I didn't know if that was something that you tried to, talk to people like that, chiropractic, other industries, and see if you can like trade services.
Yes. The thing about it, yes, they have to be open to other modalities. I have a chiropractor that I work with, and we actually barter services. I go in for my chiropractor, and he comes for his reflexology. So, it's a fair, awesome trade-off. I believe, but yeah, just a referral base. As well. I would love to work with more podiatrists, chiropractics, and even medical physicians, your traditional medical, but that one sometimes you really have to educate them on the benefits. So unless they're open to complementary or alternative medicine, to answer your question, yes.
Mia has a really nice office with very relaxing. Where are you?
I am located 5731 Nanjack Circle. Is off of Mount Moriah, right near Ridgeway. So it's easy to get to. You can get to it through 85
Unless
from
you're
240. So it's pretty accessible. I do want, if we have a few minutes, take a volunteer and kind of walk
Please do.
through
I'm going to turn the mics
a
up.
reflexology session.
I don't know.
No,
I think
did you have another question, Tanita? Yes, is it true that your feet, your circulatory system, the lowest point is your feet? So say for instance, you mentioned detox. Say when you're working out, you're perspiring and whatnot. Does the toxins, are they released in your foot?
I think and she can help me out, but toxins are released throughout,
Right,
all
right,
over
right.
your body. When you sweat, sweat
being the
coming
lowest
from
point.
everywhere. But yeah, toxins are released. That's why I tell people, or when you get a massage or working out, drink plenty of water to help flush those toxins out through your kidneys. As well as you're going to be sweating and you need to kind of replenish, and hydrate yourself as well. But toxins do come out. What happens with a foot detox? And some of that, it does detoxify the body, but what it is, you got positive and negative ions in your body, and with those electronic devices, what they're doing is tapping into your body with that negative and
So you use a device.
yes,
Okay.
negative and positive ions to balance your body out. And when I'm talking about that Pacific detox, you may have seen when people say all this stuff came up out of your body. And that's kind of half true. Some of it does come out of your body, but some is the electronic devices that being used that's balancing your body out as well. But reflexology does detoxify the body in terms of when we're working your kidneys, your liver, and those other glands to help detoxify the body as well. So yes, it's a twofold.
So while you're working on a few people, because we'd like for everyone to get an opportunity, we're going to have some other people spotlighting their business as well. So we'll have dual control here.
Yeah.
I do. You want me to stay up here?
If you would stay up here, that'd be great. That way, the virtual can also see what's going on there as well. I'll volunteer because I can kind of connect things. Well, everybody can get just a couple minutes, right? Can everybody get a couple minutes apiece? Or how would you like this to work? Tell us.
I would probably kind of prefer to do a couple of demos.
2 demos.
So they could, yeah.
Okay, well then I think Beverly and Caroline have bids on that.
I think I'm thinking over it. Oh, nobody have
Okay, as you see, we have the Peabody Bakery up here. And I'm going to move to this side because of our virtual audience. And Paris, my daughter, who is 8 years old, has made some flyers while we've been here. She's been actually very motivated by this session today. So Paris, come on up. You just went and had copies made of your flyers. Would you like to tell us about your business?
I started my business because my brother had a business called The Neighbor's Helper, and me and my mom came up with Peabody Bakery. And we bake on Saturdays and Sundays, and you can call in through my mom's number, and you can drive or do something to get you, and you can order too. And if you go to my mom's business of coffee, you can see mine. You can go to my website there, and you type in my name. And
What is your name? Paris. And your last name is? How do you spell it? Okay.
Do you make all sorts of cookies, or do you have specialties?
I have like cakes and cookies and like everything.
What kind of cookies, honey?
Chocolate chip and peanut butter.
Do you have like a menu or a list that or do we just put in a request, or?
You can just go on my mom's Facebook and put it in.
Do we pick them up or do you deliver?
We deliver within, we're in Midtown right now, so we will deliver within a 10-mile radius. We might have a delivery fee. Okay, what's your tagline?
Kids cookies for grown-ups.
Kids cookies for grown-ups, and what is the name of your, so people can write it down, because I don't think you put it on here, but you can pass these out. But what is your actual website? How do they get to it?
The Peabody Bakery. .doodlekit.com.
Dot what again?
Doodlekit.
Doodle.
DOODLE kit.com.
We'll be transferring to a new location within next week, so that we'll change the name to the
We're gonna be changing the name, I think, to Baked Goods from Paris, because this is Paris. Because we'll be moving from Peabody. But you'll still be in business, so pass out your flyers.
Thank you.
Okay, let me just tell you a little about what we're doing at the next Click and Connect on the third Thursday of July. It's going to be fabulous. We are not only having our normal Click and Connect, but we're also going to be spotlighting your children. So if you have children that are actually have started a business, we're inviting them to come, set up a table, and present their business to all the adults. So we're going to have a segment for that, kind of a back to school kind of thing, and we're really excited about it. We have a lot of kids getting involved with this now at this point, and this is the first time we've ever done this. Of course, adults will be spotlighted as well, so make sure you come and bring your kids, or if you have a niece or a nephew or something like that, if they're in business, bring them. We want them to be here, okay? All right, so now,
Can I ask a question
yes,
about
please
that?
do.
So, I homeschool. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I
I
didn't.
did. I homeschool my kids.
Okay.
And so I still have access to all those boards, and all those kids do stuff like that.
Yes.
Would it be something you'd be interested in me posting, cross-posting that too?
Oh, you better believe it. Yes.
Well, when you get
They'll
this-
need to have a parent or chaperone with them,
Well, I
of course.
think it was probably.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
just
I would
make sure you
love
send
it.
me the information.
We'll get them involved. We'll have them write their
Yeah.
businesses on the whiteboard, and they can write out a flyer, or they can bring their own business cards, however they want to do it. Yes, ma'am. Sure. Here you go. Okay, we're going to move right along to. I was going to say to Beverly, but I think Beverly's a little preoccupied. Gina, why don't you come up and tell us about your business?
Hi, everyone. Hi. I'm Gina Davis. I am your Building Better Relationships expert. And I am part of a company called Send-Out Cards. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It is an online greeting card and gift store. We also have photo items. So what I do is I help families get their digital print into print, actual print. And we do this with business cards, cards that you can create online, video cards. As I was saying, there are gift cards that you can get. And basically, I help people, either family, so just think about it. Y'all, everybody just had Mother's Day and Father's Day. So I'm sure either you got a card for somebody or you got a card. And how long did it take you to go down to the store and get your cards? How long did it take you to go down and get your cards? And then if you had to mail it out, then you had to run down to the post office. Well, that's the great thing about send-out cards. You can do this at 2 o'clock in the morning in your pajamas. You can pick your card out online. It can be a standard card, and you can customize the whole thing from scratch. Then they will print stuff, stamp, and mail that with a gift, if that's what you choose, to your family, your friends, or your business associates and customers and clients. Now, one of the things I do is I focus on small businesses, helping them with their customers, their clients, and building a better relationship. Because like Tanita was talking about, it's cheaper to keep her than to all constantly be out there looking for new customers. So I'll show you how with send-out cards you can create an appreciation type campaign, a series of cards that will do this. And any questions?
Well, go ahead.
Do you have personal bulk or is it my card?
The cards, you can do them individually. And it's like I said, I'm fixing to send out a campaign. I got 2 cards in my campaign. I'll be sending it out to about 400 people. So I've created the campaign, and then I'm gonna pull up my names, and I'll tell it to send. One of them will go out now, and one of them will go out in a month. So I can set up things now to go out in the future, whether it's a birthday card, an anniversary card, or whether it's cards just to keep in touch with people. And you can send them out one at a time, or you can send that one card out to multiple people.
I have a testimony. I've done
Go
this.
ahead.
It's really easy and it's fun. You can make it with look whatever and put all the components together. And my mom was super excited to get one in the mail. She's like, I just got your card, and but it's a lot of fun. And they have the calendar. You can set it up so even if you forget, they still
They
cards
send
still
you
send out,
email reminders.
Yeah, it was really neat. Really fun experience.
And did you have a question or comment, Sherry?
I just wanted to know if you had any samples with you.
I was passing some out.
Good.
And there's more here. You're more than welcome to look at them. I have a mixture of standard cards and stuff that I use for creating those relationships with your customers. Anyway.
And they really neat gifts that you can put along with them too. That was great.
I appreciate it.
So
Thank you.
even gift cards, everything on one. Oh wow. Gift cards you can get them on one.
Yeah, you just
that we know.
you just choose your card, and then you go out to another part of the website and attach the gift card to it. And then there's also candies and cookies and books and videos and you name it, it goes on and on and on.
Okay. Any questions for Gina? All right. Well, Beverly is tied up. So
Well, I think she had another question here.
I have a question. Are the stores, is it local? Is it a local thing?
It is all online. It is. I'm a distributor for the company.
Okay, so that's kind of what it says, my parents in the store in Massachusetts. And
Right, they will print it out, right now we have 2 printers, one in Utah and the other one in Australia. And, so we do send around the world. And, very neat, so, and hopefully we'll get more printers eventually where they're, in every city.
Yeah.
Okay, we are moving to Beverly Borick, who has Glory Shine Adornment. Beverly's over there getting her reflexology.
Where are my earrings, bud?
And as you know, today is health and wellness. However, I think it's exciting that we have a little extra time for everyone to get spotlighted today. So Beverly's Glory Shine Adornment, and these are all custom made. You can bring her what you have, old jewelry, anything like that, and she will take your heirlooms and make pieces out of them. Her pieces are now in booksellers, gorgeous pieces. We're going to pass them around.
We have prices on it.
She will let you know the price, whichever ones you're interested in.
I'll have to take my list.
You know, okay.
They range from 20, 30, 40, up to 100. And the white pearl necklace I made for Tito last night.
Oh, cool.
This is my favorite.
Everybody likes the room.
How much are you asking for this?
I'd say $20.
$20 for this piece. Okay, so Beverly, how was that? Your reflexology?
Very relaxing. Like my little short workout earlier, and the reflexing was
Very
relaxing.
nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, I think Caroline's up next. All right, so we are adjourned. Everyone can start networking and passing out your cards and doing business. We also have more coffee.
I belong to a D9 group.
I did have here.
You are in D9 group?
Actually, now that I think of it.
Which one are you in?
Arlington chapter. We're actually looking for a promotions guy right now, so. I mean, are there other people in your
I
organization?
mean, I have to, these are all being, we have representation.
You're giving out more Arlington.
Yeah,
We're still looking.
yeah, I know, they make a ton of business, like, corporate, all that, like, a ton of business with A&I. They knew when they, the meeting, they hired me.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to build them mega stores, but,
Yeah.
A&I definitely works there.
Yeah, I'm going into my third year in it, so it's a really great.
I mean, if you or anyone in your group needs anything,
Yeah,
I'd like to keep
yeah.
it A&I, and then of course, if you get someone, you're.
Right. You know, I'll definitely let them know that I know a couple of people are using somebody out in Arlington, and I just don't get people that come and don't get it. You know, don't get it. And I mean, I can understand maybe conflicts of time or something, because we make Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m.
We need the afternoon, so
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, some of the mornings good for some professions, some afternoons good for others.
Yeah, we're heavy in the home. We have right at 30 people. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. We're a pretty active group. We met Bruce at church. Yeah, he's in our group, and he works with me a lot too. And he was kind of one of the ones that spearheaded our group, and you know, he's just an outgoing guy. It was so much energy.
I think you should take it up there.
You know, his dad is really sick right now.
Yeah, that's what he, because I started on.
Yes.
Some family things.
Yeah, she's really sick right now.
So what kind of problem?
Anyway,
Is that better?
it's not saying
The
I'm
right
real
part
good.
would be on business. Why don't you get to the right?
I have a feeling I'll be sitting in
There, that way we can pick up the, yours is really young.
Oh my gosh, 11 kids. Yeah, they just had a new baby.
Say cheese.
I can't remember she now. But he constantly brings the kids with him. And so half the time I'm like, is that Joe or Jacob or? I have to ask. Yeah. Yeah, I can remember my grandmother, especially when we had all the grandkids around and the pets. They'd be running through all the names so you know get to the right name.
Well, my boyfriend's family, they do all Jamie, so it's John, so they can't.
Oh my God. Oh wow. Wow. Anyway, so yeah, you know, and you might just come out and visit us.
I do that. Yeah, I still have one, but normally I
Well, I mean, I tend to visit
side,
some of the
I
other chapters whenever I have opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come visit,
That's in a car close to there.
Are you guys?
Right.
Wednesday,
Okay, so I'm not
Wednesday.
Tell me when you meet again.
Wednesday at 4:30. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the president?
Currently, it's Terry Glasscock, he's with
Harris.
Solutions,
Oh, I see.
IT, for, business.
Okay. I think I was trying to actually get in contact, so I'm gonna have one with him, like I said, to keep as much of the B and I business together, we have to go outside and might as well be.
Yeah.
I would like to, try to do business with whoever.